Hey YouTube, welcome to another episode of VO1OP's Ham Radio Adventures, and I apologize. It's been a while since I really did anything. We were going to do a CQ worldwide, but that kind of fell apart with regards to the video footage. It just got too big, too difficult to edit with just at-home equipment that I don't have. So unfortunately there won't be a CQ worldwide video on this channel. I don't know if the other gentleman will get around to it. It's quite big. I want to thank my newest subscribers, and I'm sorry I haven't been really I haven't been diligent doing my due diligence on that. So Royce, Bruce, Mark, Ron, a couple of earlier subscribers when I first started, Patrick, Joe, Dwayne, and I haven't been able to go down through all the subscribers. I'm still new to this thing, even though I've been around YouTube off and on for a couple of years. So I've only learned today how to check how many subscribers I have and who. And let's be honest, folks, it's not really meant for the blind. So I am doing my best with that, and so I want to thank my all of my subscribers, and certainly my latest ones. Your support is really appreciated. So hopefully what I do is of some service to you and provides some knowledge, and just basically my ham radio story, my ham radio adventures, the things I do, and take it with a grain of salt. You have a view, have a laugh, and say cool or not so cool. All comments welcome. So I'm sorry about the delay, about keeping a regular stream of videos going. I am going to do one though shortly, and I will need some assistance with that, because what I want to do, and as I mentioned in the very beginning of the channel, I will probably be doing like two-parters. My blurb, like I'm doing now, and then I will try to take the Android phone and focus on equipment that I'm using. So what I hope to do, and I might shoot this, what I'm hoping to do is in the next little bit do a video of my complete methodology of how I operate ham radio. For those that don't know, I am a visually impaired operator. I'm pretty much totally blind. I rely on screen reading technology for computers and smartphones. I rely on a voice chip in the Kenwood rig, which is the Voice Guide System 1, VGS1, which is in the 90 class rig, the 990, 890, 590. And so it announces all the radio parameters for me. I use a very old LDG Electronics TW1 talking watt meter that also announces SWR, forward and reflected power, and has a continuous variable tone mode that allows us to tune manual antenna tuners and amplifiers. So what I want to do in the next little segments is I want to do a video of my complete operating procedure for when I get up and feel like tuning around 20 meters, or if it's in the evening time and I haven't had the gear on all day and I want to go on 40 or 80 meters. And for that I'm going to need the assistance of my wife, so she can handle the phone that I'll shoot with and pan properly for the gear. So that's a complete start up and shut down procedure. So what I'll do is I'll fire up the gear, I'll tune up my amplifier, and that sort of thing. I'll do an FT8 demonstration or FT4, probably both, and I will show you the tools that I use for that. So I use WSJTX-Z, I think it is, in one instance, and I use another software program called QLog. Depending on what I want to do, like if I'm just contesting, I'll use the WSJTX-Z. And if I'm doing some casual operating and want to work specific call signs that I see in a list, I will then use QLog. So I want to do a demonstration of both. And I want to do a demonstration of, how I tune up my amplifier to operate SSB and then to operate FT8 or FT4. And I want to show my rotor as well. It's the Yaesu 800 DXA. And for those that are not totally familiar with that rotor box, you can remove the glass, and then there's a hand that I can gently lay my finger on as I rotate the beam to different directions. So that's what I want to do. I want to do a complete operating overview from start to shutdown. Tuning up my amplifier for SSB, tuning up the amplifier for FT8. I don't do CW. I really don't. But in the case of a rare D expedition, I could probably make that, 599 contact, or Jordan DX situations in a contest. I could probably make that quick contact, but I'm not great with it, so I don't do it. FT8 and FT4 are my digital modes of choice, or SSB when it comes to HF. And for the higher modes, as you saw, I have a personal Wires X station that I use quite a bit instead of the local 2 meter or 70 centimeters activity. So I drink the Yaesu Kool-Aid on the Wires X stuff, and it works quite well if you saw my video. So that's what's in store. I'm hoping to shoot that and get that up. Like I said, most of my videos are like two-parters. So I do my blurb and then I do the actual content. I've also got an idea. I don't know how well it will go, but I want to see if I can get the support of the blind ham community. There's a couple of folks I know that are, worldwide, good ham radio friends of mine. I think it would be nice to share their story if they're willing to be interviewed, because I think a lot of folks don't realize how we do things, and how do we operate as a blind operator. And things have come a long way, but they still have a long way to go. So it'd be nice to start getting some software supporters to look into things. I contacted the manufacturer of the RF kit amplifier, and there's supposed to be a plan to actually make that accessible, because when you think about it, Android is pretty much on everything, right? You could throw Android on a TV. You could I use an Android smartphone. I have a device for streaming that runs a flavor of Android, and it's fully accessible. So why can't we start moving to that type of environment? Why can't the amp run Android as its operating system, which would make the touchscreen fully accessible? So I want to get, a couple of blind hams, certainly one. I don't know. I'll have to send out some emails and see if they would be in favor of me interviewing them and recording them. But I'll certainly ask my pal today. I'm going to have a chat with him today over Zoom, and see if he'd be interested in being interviewed. He's quite a knowledgeable guy. He's a contester, and he remembers both sides of the coin. So he was sighted and lost his vision, and so whereas me, I've been pretty much visually impaired since 16 months old, so I don't know any different. So this guy has been, he was sighted, rode Harleys, chased women, the whole 9 yards, and then was still a ham radio operator, and then lost his vision to the point where he's also reliant on screen reading technology and Kenwood gear. So I'd like to do that. Maybe get some stories from the blind ham community if possible. But that'll be to come. The immediate future will be an operating procedure that I want to do. The thing is too, like there's lots of rumors and innuendo about what's going on in the amateur radio market, and one of them right now is Kenwood's discontinuing of the VGS1. There's no replacement projected. And with that chip, that's how most of us blind operators can use radio gear, because it speaks. It speaks. Like I've got the radio on here now, just the volume turned down.
Enter 14.2000.
Right? It announces the frequency.
S0.
S0 because I'm in a dummy load. Right?
14.20.
I've just gone to RTTY.
000.
Keying up.
R1.0.
That's the SWR.
14.20.
And as well,
0.
if I press
TX power 100.
Tells me my power. Right?
Processor out 40.
That's my mic gain.
Processor out 40.
Right?
Keying speed 15.
So on. So without that, the Kenwood would be pretty much unusable, except for a computer logger for changing frequencies, and we could change the bands and things. So what happens when that goes away? What's Yaesu doing with regards to accessibility? And that's one of the things I want to do. I want to try to get John Crook on my channel. I want to try to set up an interview with him to see if he'd be interested in a Zoom call, a video chat for maybe a half hour to talk Yaesu and to talk possibly future accessibility and things like that. I might have to pay for it, but I think it'd be worth it if I could get a hold of this guy. ICOM, I don't know if I could get a hold of ICOM America, probably. And I also want to talk to a Flex rep as well to see if they'd be interested. Now this is on the drawing board, of course. It's probably going to take the next 6 months to put this together, but that's what I'd like to do. And plus sprinkle in some of my own adventures thrown in, of course. I've got a plan for a 160 meter antenna again in the spring. There's contests that I like to do. Probably winter field day I'm going to do something, and so all of that. So that's what's coming. So hopefully you guys will stick around. Stay subscribed, and again, I apologize for the delay in content. I had a little scare with my amplifier last week. Was just a resistor burned out for the LED light, and I didn't want to really operate the amplifier until I had a fresh set of eyes inside there to make sure I didn't do anything, and I didn't. So all's well with that. So I've kind of been off the air for a week or two before I got that sorted out. So hopefully we'll be back up and running soon, so I can do this operating procedural video and give you guys a good demonstration. Oh, and I also want to do a clip on the TW1 as well. I want to focus on that. I guess when I do the operational procedure video, it'll be thrown in there so I can, you know, show you guys how it actually works when tuning with high power and things like that. So there you go. Stay tuned. There will be content coming. Hopefully I can shoot the video very, very soon, within the next day or two, and then we'll get that up. So stay tuned. Again, thank you all who took the time to subscribe to this little channel here, and you know, hopefully it brings some joy to you and brightens up your day. Take care, Best 73, and we'll catch you down the log. From Victor Oscar 1 Oscar Papa. Take care.